Okay, so have you ever imagined having like a whole team of AI assistants, like specialists in their own fields,
Oh, yeah.
all working together to like help you solve problems?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're diving into today. It's called AutoGen.
Yeah, AutoGen is really interesting. It's a framework for creating and coordinating AI agents that can do just that.
That's pretty cool. And this is a big step forward in AI, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
fascinating leap forward. Um, AutoGen goes beyond just the idea of a single AI that can do everything.
Right.
Instead, it lets you build this whole team of AI agents,
Yeah.
each one powered by what we call a large language model,
Okay.
or LLM for short.
Yeah.
And these LLMs are like the brains behind the operation.
Okay.
They allow the agents to reason to understand instructions and even generate code.
So it's like a dream team of AI experts, each with their own unique skill set.
That's a great way to put it.
Exactly.
Like, think about it like building a website.
Okay.
You want a designer for the look and feel.
Yeah.
You want a developer for the functionality. Maybe a marketing specialist to get the word out.
Okay.
AutoGen lets you do the same thing, but with AI.
Gotcha.
So you might have one agent that specializes in research, another that's a coding whiz, and so on.
Very cool. I'm definitely intrigued. So we have these AI agents, but what exactly are they?
Right.
The paper keeps mentioning conversable agents.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
So a conversable agent is essentially an independent AI entity that has a very specific role.
Okay.
It can send and receive messages, just like we're doing right now,
Right.
and it keeps track of its own memory and context.
Okay.
But what's really cool is that these agents aren't limited to just like chatting back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
They can actually use LLMs to reason through problems, to follow instructions,
Wow.
and even execute code.
That's pretty powerful.
It is. And on top of that, they can bring in human input when needed.
Oh, wow.
So it becomes a really collaborative system.
So they can have conversations, they can understand instructions, they can loop in humans and use tools. It's like they took the best parts of AI and combined it with human interaction.
Yeah. And because you can tailor these agents for specific tasks, you're essentially building the perfect AI team for any job.
Yeah.
Like, imagine having an agent that's a coding expert working side by side with a research assistant agent,
Right.
all communicating and collaborating seamlessly.
It's a very powerful concept.
It really is.
So we have these incredible conversable agents, but how do they actually work together?
Right.
The paper mentions this thing called conversation programming.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm going to be writing like dialogue scripts for my AI team?
It's not quite like writing a play, haha.
Okay.
But the analogy is actually pretty close.
Okay.
With conversation programming, you're essentially defining the flow of the conversation between agents
Okay.
and the actions that they take.
Gotcha.
It's less about writing traditional code and more about outlining how these agents will talk to each other to solve a problem.
That's fascinating, but it also sounds really complex.
Yeah.
How does that actually work in practice?
So there are two key elements to conversation programming.
Okay.
The first is what we call computation,
Okay.
and that refers to the actions each agent takes to generate its response.
Okay.
For example, an agent might use an LLM to analyze data or to generate text
Right.
or even execute some code.
So that's how they think and act. What's the second element?
So the second element is what we call control flow.
Okay.
And this determines the order and the conditions under which agents communicate.
Okay.
Think of it like the director of the play, deciding when each character speaks
Right.
and what cues trigger their actions.
Gotcha.
And what's really interesting is you can actually use natural language instructions to guide this flow.
Oh, wow.
For instance, you could tell an agent, if you encounter an error, ask the user for help.
Okay.
Or you can use more traditional code for like precise control.
Right.
And you can even switch between natural language and code,
Oh, wow.
which offers just incredible flexibility.
So I can either give my AI team broad instructions or I can micromanage every detail.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But with all this flexibility and power, what kinds of real-world problems can AutoGen actually solve?
Well, that's where it gets really exciting.
Okay.
The researchers have used AutoGen to create some pretty impressive applications
Uh-huh.
across a range of fields.
Like what?
Well, for example, in math, problem solving,
Okay.
they built a system where AutoGen agents could work together to achieve higher accuracy
Wow.
than even commercial systems like ChatGPT with plugins.
Hold on. So you're saying these AI agents are outperforming some of the leading AI tools out there?
In some cases, yes.
That's right. That's really impressive.
And it gets even better.
Okay.
They even simulated a scenario where a student could work with an AI assistant
Uh-huh.
And that assistant could call on an expert agent for help if it got stuck.
Oh, wow.
Imagine having that kind of support system for learning.
It's like having a network of AI tutors available 24/7. That's incredible. I'm really eager to hear about some other applications. What else did they try?
Well, they also explored something called retrieval augmented question answering.
Okay.
So basically, they created a system where agents could answer questions based on provided documents.
All right.
But here's the cool part. They can also ask for more context if needed.
Oh, wow.
They can actually learn and refine their answers in real time.
That's incredible. It's like having an AI that can say, wait, I need more information to give you
Yeah.
the best answer.
Yeah.
And then it goes and finds it.
That's right.
That's pretty amazing. This is
Yeah.
going to be huge for research and information retrieval.
It has huge potential.
Yeah. And we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with AutoGen, right?
Absolutely. We are.
They also used it to create agents that can make decisions in simulated environments.
Yeah.
So they're learning to navigate virtual worlds.
That's right. They are.
What's the point of that?
So it's all about testing their reasoning and decision-making abilities. And what they found was fascinating. When they added a grounding agent that provided common sense knowledge,
Right.
it significantly improved the performance of the other agents.
So they needed a dose of basic human understanding
It seems so.
to make better decisions.
Yeah, like
Ah.
we all need a little bit of common sense to navigate the world.
Makes sense. What else did they do with these virtual environments?
They also tackled a much more practical problem, supply chain optimization.
Okay.
They built a system called OptiGuide
Okay.
that used AutoGen to streamline supply chain operations.
Gotcha.
And it was actually 3 times faster than using ChatGPT with a code interpreter.
Wow. 3 times faster. That's a significant spend boost.
Yeah, it is.
That could be huge for businesses trying to optimize their operations.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
What's really interesting about OptiGuide is the way they assigned roles to the agents.
Okay.
They had a commander agent overseeing the whole process,
Okay.
a writer agent generating the necessary code,
Right.
and a safeguard agent to ensure security. It's a perfect example of how you can divide and conquer complex tasks
Yeah.
using a team of specialized AI agents.
That sounds incredibly efficient. Wait, I have to ask.
Ah.
The paper mentioned something about conversational chess.
Uh-huh.
AI agents playing chess. That sounds too fun to be true.
Oh, it is fun. They created a system where 2 AI agents played chess against each other.
Wow.
And they even exchanged witty banter along the way.
No way.
It was a fascinating demonstration of how AutoGen can be used for entertainment purposes as well.
That's awesome.
But even in a fun application like this,
Yeah.
they needed a board agent
Uh-huh.
to ensure that the other agents were making legal moves.
Oh, okay.
It highlights the importance of oversight and control,
Right.
even when you're just letting AI agents play games.
It sounds like they thought of everything. So these AI agents can learn, they can solve problems, they can play chess, they can optimize supply chains. Is there anything they can't do?
It seems like the possibilities are endless.
And they didn't just stick to simulated environments, right?
No, they didn't.
They tested AutoGen in the real world, too.
They did. They had agents completing tasks like navigating websites,
Whoa.
filling out forms, and extracting information.
Okay.
So this really showcases the potential for AutoGen to automate a lot of the tasks
Yeah.
that we currently do manually.
That's pretty incredible. It sounds like AutoGen is already doing some really amazing things.
Yeah.
But what's the big picture here? Why should we be excited about this technology?
Well, AutoGen represents a fundamental shift in how we approach AI development and application.
Okay.
It's not just about building smarter AI.
Right.
It's about building teams of AI that can work together,
Okay.
learn from each other,
Yeah.
and collaborate with humans.
Right.
And this has the potential to unlock a whole new level of problem-solving capability.
Definitely feels like we're on the cusp of something big. I'm really curious to hear more about the potential benefits and
Yeah.
implications of this technology. Where do we go from here?
Well, that's exactly what we'll be exploring in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll delve deeper into how AutoGen can be used to create truly collaborative human-AI partnerships,
Okay.
the potential impact it could have on various industries,
Right.
and the exciting possibilities it opens up for the future of work and innovation.
Very cool. Can't wait to get into it.
Stay tuned.
So before the break, we were talking about how AutoGen is like pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
It is.
I'm still kind of wrapping my head around the fact that these AI agents
Yeah.
can solve these complex problems, but also play chess and have
Yeah.
conversations and work with humans as part of a team.
Yeah, it really highlights the power and the flexibility of this multi-agent system.
It does.
And, one thing that's particularly impressive
Yeah.
is the range of conversation patterns that AutoGen supports.
Okay.
It's not limited to just a simple back and forth exchange.
Right.
You can have sequential chats. You can have nested chats.
Okay.
Where an agent might call on another agent with specific expertise.
Right, like with the student and the AI assistant
Yeah.
example. If the assistant got stuck, it could reach out to an expert agent for help,
That's right.
like having a whole network of AI brains working together.
Precisely.
Hmm.
And that's a key advantage of this multi-agent approach.
Okay.
By distributing the workload and allowing agents to specialize,
Right.
you create a system that's much more robust and resilient
Okay.
than just relying on a single AI to do everything.
Makes sense.
So if one agent gets stuck,
Yeah.
another one can step in with a fresh perspective or additional knowledge.
That's really cool. One thing that really stood out to me in the paper was the emphasis on human AI collaboration.
Yeah.
It's not just about automating tasks or replacing jobs.
Right.
It's about creating systems where humans and AI can actually work together effectively.
Absolutely. AutoGen isn't designed to be like a black box
Right.
that operates independently.
Oh,
It actually facilitates human involvement at multiple levels.
okay. How so?
Well, you can have humans provide input at specific points in the conversation,
Okay.
offering guidance or feedback to the AI agents.
Right.
Or in some cases, humans can even act as agents themselves,
Oh, wow.
participating directly in the dialogue and guiding the AI towards a solution.
That makes a lot of sense. There are certain tasks where human judgment is still essential.
Right.
AI might be great at analyzing data or following logical steps,
Yeah.
but it's not always the best at understanding nuances
Right.
or making those subjective decisions.
Exactly. And I think that's where the real power of AutoGen lies.
Okay.
It's not about pitting humans against machines.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the strengths of both
Right?
and finding ways to combine them effectively.
I like that.
By working together, we can achieve things that neither humans nor AI could do alone.
It's a really exciting prospect. But with all this talk about the potential benefits,
Yeah.
we also have to remember there are potential risks and challenges.
Of course. You're absolutely right. Like
Yeah.
any powerful technology,
Yeah. Right.
AutoGen needs to be developed and used responsibly.
Okay.
One concern is the potential for unintended consequences. If we give AI agents too much autonomy,
Yeah.
they could make decisions or take actions
Right.
that have unforeseen negative impacts.
It's a valid concern.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so crucial to have really robust oversight mechanisms in place
Yeah.
and clear guidelines to guide their behavior.
So we need to make sure these AI agents are working towards the goals W set,
Exactly.
not creating new problems we hadn't even thought of.
Yes. We also need to be mindful of the data that these AI agents are trained on.
Right.
If the training data is biased or reflects, existing societal prejudices,
Yeah.
those biases will be embedded in the agent's behavior.
That's a good point.
So it's important to ensure that the data used to train these systems
Okay.
is as representative and unbiased as possible.
Definitely sounds like there's a lot of responsibility involved in developing and deploying this kind of technology.
Oh, absolutely.
There is.
We need to think carefully about the ethical implications and the potential risks,
Right.
not just the exciting possibilities.
Right.
I completely agree. And that's why open and transparent discussion is so important.
Yeah.
We need to have conversations like this one,
Right.
where we explore both the potential benefits and the potential drawbacks.
Absolutely.
Only by understanding both sides can
Yeah.
we ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits society as a whole.
I completely agree. But let's shift gears for a second and talk about security.
Okay.
If these AI agents are interacting with real-world systems,
Right.
like managing supply chains or controlling infrastructure,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't they be vulnerable to hacking or malicious attacks?
Yeah, security is definitely a top priority when it comes to any AI system,
For sure.
especially one as powerful as AutoGen.
Right.
The researchers behind AutoGen are very aware of these risks,
Okay.
and they've already implemented several safeguards.
Like what?
Well, like that safeguard agent we mentioned earlier,
Right.
which is designed to detect and prevent potentially harmful actions.
So it's like having an AI security guard.
Yeah, a good way to think about it.
Watching over the whole operation.
But as with any security system,
Right.
there's always room for improvement.
Right.
As AutoGen evolves and it's used in more complex and critical applications,
Yeah.
we'll need to continually refine and strengthen these security measures
Makes sense.
to stay ahead of potential threats.
It sounds like we're just at the beginning of this journey.
I think so.
There's so much potential,
Yeah.
but also so much to learn and adapt to as this technology develops.
Uh-huh.
Where do you see this going in the future? What are your thoughts on the broader implications?
Well, one of the most exciting aspects of AutoGen
Yeah.
is that it's an open source project.
Okay.
That means anyone can access the code,
Right.
contribute to its development,
Yeah.
and build their own applications on top of it.
That's huge.
It is. And this has the potential to spark just an explosion of innovation
Yeah.
as developers around the world experiment with new ways to use
Yeah.
this technology.
That's what's so cool about open source projects.
It is.
It drives rapid advancement because you have this global community of developers all collaborating.
Yeah. It's like a collective brainstorming session
Yeah,
that never ends.
I love that. And because AutoGen is open source,
Yeah.
its potential applications are limitless.
They are.
We're not just confined to what the original researchers envisioned.
Nope.
We can expect to see a whole ecosystem of AutoGen-powered tools and services emerge.
I think so for sure.
All thanks to the power of open source.
Absolutely.
That's what gets me really excited about this.
Yeah.
It's not just a cool research project
Right.
tucked away in a lab.
Yeah.
It has the potential to democratize access to powerful AI tools
It does.
and empower anyone with an idea to bring it to life.
Yeah. It's like putting the power of AI in the hands of the people.
I love that. And it's not just about individual developers, right?
Oh, not at all.
Businesses, organizations, even governments could leverage AutoGen
Right.
to streamline their operations, solve
Right.
those complex problems, and create entirely new products and services.
The possibilities are pretty much endless.
Imagine a world where every company has its own team of AI agents,
I know, right?
working behind the scenes, optimizing processes,
Yeah.
analyzing data, providing insights.
It's like having a whole army of digital consultants at your fingertips.
That's a very compelling vision. It's not just about efficiency and productivity, though, right?
No, it's not.
AutoGen could also be used to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges,
Absolutely.
like climate change or disease or poverty.
Right. Imagine the impact we could have if we could harness the power of AI
Yeah.
to address these global issues.
That's incredibly inspiring. Can you give us some specific examples of how that might work?
Sure. Imagine using AutoGen to develop AI agents that can analyze climate data,
Okay.
model the effects of different policies,
Right.
and identify the most effective strategies for reducing carbon emissions.
Wow.
Or think about using AutoGen to create AI agents
Yeah.
that can assist doctors with diagnoses,
Okay.
personalized treatment plans, and accelerate drug discovery.
Those are some really inspiring applications.
They are.
It's like taking all the potential we've been talking about and focusing it on making a real difference.
Yeah, it's definitely a technology with immense potential
Yeah.
for both good and bad.
Right.
And that's why it's so important to have these conversations,
Yeah.
to raise awareness
Uh-huh.
and to encourage responsible development and deployment.
For sure.
The future of AI is ultimately in our hands.
That's a powerful message to keep in mind. But before we get too deep into the philosophical implications,
Right.
I want to hear more about the practical side of things.
Yeah.
In the next part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's explore some of the real-world applications that are already emerging
Sounds good.
and get a glimpse of what the future might hold for AutoGen and the world of AI. Okay, so we spent the last two parts like really unpacking what AutoGen can do. It's
Yeah.
pretty incredible, from math problems to, chess playing AI. It seems like the only limit is our imagination. But now I want to see how is this being used in the real world?
Yeah. Well, one area where we're seeing some exciting developments is in software development.
Oh, really?
Imagine if instead of writing code line by line, you can describe what you want to a team of AI agents,
Oh, okay.
and they would work together to generate the code for you.
Whoa, that sounds like a dream come
That's
true for
fun.
programmers.
It kind of is.
No more late nights debugging.
Yeah, haha. There are already AutoGen-based tools out there that can help developers
Right.
create web applications, mobile apps,
Mm-hmm.
even complex back-end systems
Okay.
with way less manual coding.
That's a huge time saver.
It is. It can
Yeah.
significantly speed up development cycles
Yeah.
and allow developers to focus on higher-level design and innovation.
So beyond software development, what other industries are going to be disrupted by AutoGen?
Well, another promising area is scientific research.
Okay.
Imagine a team of AI agents that can analyze huge data sets, identify patterns, and even generate hypotheses that human researchers might miss.
Wow.
This could really accelerate the pace of discovery
Yeah.
in fields like medicine materials, science, climate modeling.
It's like having a team of tireless research assistants
Exactly.
working 20/47 to push the boundaries of knowledge.
And it's not just about crunching numbers and analyzing data.
Okay.
AutoGen can also help automate tasks like writing research papers,
Wow.
summarizing scientific literature, even designing experiments.
So it's like a one-stop shop for scientific advancement?
Yeah, pretty much.
Much.
What about fields like finance and business?
Okay, yeah. Could AutoGen shake things up there too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Financial institutions are already using AutoGen
Oh, wow.
for things like fraud detection, risk assessment, and portfolio optimization.
Okay.
And in the business world, we can see systems that can analyze market trends, predict customer behavior, and optimize supply chains
Wow.
with incredible efficiency.
So it sounds like AI is handling all the complex behind-the-scenes work.
It's the possibility.
And humans can focus on more creative and strategic tasks.
Right. But it's important to remember that the successful integration of AI into these fields
Yeah.
will depend on human oversight and ethical considerations.
Oh, sure.
We need to make sure these systems are used to benefit everyone in society.
Absolutely. Not just a select few.
Right.
We've talked a lot about the potential of AutoGen.
We have.
But we shouldn't forget the human element.
Right. It's up to us to guide the development and deployment of this technology
Yeah.
in a way that's responsible, ethical, and ultimately beneficial for humanity.
I couldn't agree more. It's encouraging to see this growing emphasis on responsible AI development
That is-
within the tech community.
Yeah. There's a recognition that we need to consider the broader societal implications
Absolutely.
and work together to create a future where AI enhances our lives,
Yeah.
not diminishes them.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
We've gone from the technical details to the mind-blowing possibilities.
Right.
It's been really thought-provoking.
Today.
Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
I think, just to reiterate, AutoGen is a relatively new technology,
Yeah,
but it's clear that it has the potential to be really transformative.
it does.
And the applications we've discussed today are just the beginning.
Yeah.
As this technology continues to evolve,
Right.
we'll see even more creative and impactful uses emerge.
Absolutely. It's a very exciting time to be following the world of AI.
It is. And for our listeners out there,
Yeah.
we encourage you to keep learning, exploring,
Right.
and imagine the possibilities.
Who knows?
Maybe you'll be the one to develop the next groundbreaking AutoGen application.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was a pleasure.
Until next time, keep those minds curious.